all right. Welcome once again to Obinna Show Live. Happy New Week. Definitely, it's been an interesting weekend. We are hoping that it was worthwhile. Happy Father's Day to all the present fathers out there. Thank you for being intentional and thank you for being present. For the ones who are not there, I know, wanaume, we can do better. Sindio? All right. Karibuni kwenye Obinna Show Live. So kidogo, tutakuwa na balance. Hapa ni Obinna TV Extra. Tunasonga because kidogo huko kwingine kimeturamba. Yeah, but we don't stop. Yeah. Baadaye tukishafanya namna hii tutawaambia exactly what is happening and then we see how it goes. But this is still our home. Bado tuko hapa. Karibuni sana. Thank you so much for the subscriptions. Tushapita 100,000 subscribers on this one. My woman, of course, the first episode over 200,000 views. Thank you so much. We know that we normally have brand new episodes every Tuesday on that one. The weekly show KE, definitely, Tusha Songa, we are going to be passing over 100,000 subscribers in a short while. So pia tunaendelea like that. Asanteni sana. And of course on Obinna TV, tunaelekea 500,000 subscribers. Asanteni sana. CK kila kitu iko sawa. Caleb, kuna watoto wanapiga kelele sana. Yeah, I just talk to them over the nini because it is a little bit kidogo. The convention we're about to have is very serious. So kidogo, hii shule, hii kukuwa na holiday leo. Kinaturamba. Anyway, we move. So karibuni sana Obinna Show Live. So like I always say, this platform, we bring for you inspirational conversations, motivational conversations, and sometimes intriguing conversations. The gentleman that I'm hosting, I admire him. I'm a follower of his, and I subscribe to his ideologies. I listen to him, I'm like, yo, this gentleman is pretty well informed. And then also I like the way he is a straight shooter. Haweki watu, wafugi watu. I've been looking for him, but finally I've gotten him. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Team Obinna family, we are thrilled and honored to be hosting the one and only Benjamin Zulu.
Thank you, man.
Mambo.
Thank you, man. I like what you're doing.
Asante.
Poa sana.
Asante.
Glad to be here, man.
Benjamin Zulu, nimekutafuta. Ma DM natuma hazijibi. Kwani usamangi DM?
No. I think there was a person from your place we were chatting.
Yeah.
Then they were calling me like, come kesho.
Omosh.
It was very short notice.
Omosh.
Yeah, it was very short notice. They were, give me a little bit of.
Yeah. Give me leeway. Mimi nilikupea poa, si ndio?
Yeah.
Nikwambia tupange nini everything.
Correct.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring the invite. Off the cuff, you're doing an amazing job.
Asante.
Advice unapeananga mimi wangalia hivi niko tu zile okay. Kuna zile mimi na repost natuma hii side kwa ma stories zangu niko la skieni.
And congratulations first of all because you are candid.
Thank you.
A lot of men, after they go through some of the things you've gone through, they retreat, they hide.
Yeah,
we don't know where they drown or they survive.
Yeah.
You came out and encouraged guys to discover themselves.
Yes.
There's a lot of shame and there's a lot of battles.
Yes.
When you have, particularly you can get a child with a person you don't want to live with.
True.
Many of them, when you look like you have a name, they want to use you to parachute to a good life.
True.
And they have a kamati or chap. They can get advice.
True.
I saw some of them have a WhatsApp group. Particularly to give each other nasty advice.
That's very
How
true.
to attack people who are building
Yeah.
something. So you have given a lot of men, you have led the way out. Keep it up, man.
True.
And let's get rid of the shame. We need to live, we only have one life.
Exactly.
Let's learn from what has happened. Let's do better. Let's be there for our children. And happy Father's Day. I saw you doing it well.
Yes.
And I said, I wish we did this because we better admit it, more than almost half of our children don't live under the same roof with both parents.
True.
Can we as men cross the sea and go to the child, who you are the father, and tell them, I see you, I acknowledge you, I'm proud of you. Please exist with my permission. You have removed the question for children. Do I matter? Is my dad? Am I even likable? If my dad doesn't like me, who can like me? You have removed all that for your children. And even if nobody's clapping now, when they are your age, my age, they will say, that man is my hero. He had all the reasons to run away.
True.
But he stayed there for me. So keep it up, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I always tell most men, I've made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I've never said I am. And
right.
I don't think I will be.
You're right.
I learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
And I do better.
Yeah.
And I teach you. See this young man here, all the time we talk.
Yeah.
I want to say, guys, musijaribu hii. Hii nilinichoma. Hii liniramba.
True.
And I always come out and tell people, niaje, kimeniramba.
Correct.
And now I know better.
Correct.
Then I do better.
Correct.
And I'm hoping most men will be like that because men, when we make mistakes, we don't own up.
Yeah. True.
And even when you own up, it's private. Hush, hush. Chini ya maji.
True.
And I'm like, if it's chini ya maji, how will another man learn?
Correct.
And at this moment, the World Health Organization statistics, 75% of the suicides committed globally are men.
Yeah.
Why is this happening? Men, we don't talk, bro.
Correct. We have nowhere to decompress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tunafinya tu. Tunafinya.
Like, did your father ever share the struggles?
Nope.
The African typical man was silence.
Yes.
And he would come home, take a newspaper and sit on his special chair, special plate, special cup, remote news, don't interrupt. He had his own life.
And they give orders.
You know.
Yes.
His own life. He carves and everybody's quiet. He comes home, everybody hides. So because we did not have that connection where we can share how we have done it, we repeat our dad's mistakes.
True.
And they could have easily helped us. This way doesn't work. Try this one.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a genius, don't repeat what I've already told you doesn't work. Try get another mistake. We eliminate them as generations advance.
Yes. Discover another mistake. Yes. Don't repeat the one I did.
Don't reinvent the wheel. We already know that doesn't work.
Yes.
And I hope this generation now, starting from our children, will particularly know that although our culture was fond of baby daddy, baby mama, was fond of relationship hookups, you can even get children with bestie. It was so casualized.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, I hope our children now will learn this one we have seen and heard
It
from our
doesn't
parents.
work.
Doesn't work.
Let's do better.
Yes.
Wow. There you have it. Mushaona venye tumeanza. I brought a genius this time. This time, nimeangukia. So class is in session. So what I'll advise you, get some data bundles and then hang in there because it's about to get crazy. We're coming live to you from Samaki on Othaya Road. Like I always say, the best seafood in Nairobi. You want to try some lobster, some prawns, some calamari, pass by this place. Now, Obinna amekutuma wakupatie Wi-Fi password. If you've never been here, let's show you a glimpse of how it looks like so that you know this is heaven. Alrighty, this is Samaki, and of course, this is Obinna Show Live. Hiya, in the house, I'm hosting a genius, like I like to call him. Relationship advice, family advice, work advice, and just how to be a decent human being. If you want advice, you get it from Benjamin Zulu. He will inspire you. And pia, kuna kale kamoto atawakisha ndani yako ujite kama mkutano jamii yenyewe. I need to be very serious with my life. Wacha niwafanyie muone testing. This June is a Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
All right? A lot of people are hush about it.
Yeah.
Especially us men. Mm-hmm. Because if you're vocal about it, men fear the stigma.
Yeah.
Nikisema, mental health awareness. Watasema, kwani pia we ni mwenda wazimu? So, let me disassociate from this. Yeah. And I've been very vocal about it. I'm really trying to get Sakaja to allow us to do a Men's Mental Health Awareness Walk on 29th of June around Nairobi.
I love that.
We start at Uhuru Park, we go around, then we come back.
I love that.
Just so that people can know men are hurting,
Correct.
We are lost,
Correct.
We are confused, and we have so much. We need to talk to somebody.
And we are human.
And thank you.
We are human.
We are human.
We are not trees. We have feelings. We can feel disappointed. We can feel let down.
Yes.
When a man has been trying and he has just been trashed. You know, you are trying and you are trashed.
Yes.
You give everything you have. You're told, what kind of man are you? Men are doing better. Men are doing more. Men are doing more. Why can't you do more? So let's validate those men who are trying and they're just being discouraged and despised. Yes. And as you do it, Obinna, remind men that a lot of our mistakes come from not knowing who we are.
True.
Men have been signing up for relationship, being a dad, before they know they are a prince. So they sign too low. When he tries to rise to his prince status, the purpose he signed up with, drag him back.
Please repeat it for them, eh?
It is because we don't know who we are. How come so many politicians, leaders have baby mama? A woman saw the potential before he knew it and he thought he just smashing. You know, in college we are used to just put her in a box smash, put in a box smash. So he developed that habit of just having shooting, thinking is fun, it's dopamine, it's thrill. And then they can see you are different. Moses was trying to do, what are the Egyptians? They are solving conflicts by fighting. Then he kills somebody without knowing that for you a mistake will affect a lot of other people because there are so many people over. Your destiny is so big, so many lives are hanged on you. I want to tell men, the men who care to watch these kind of shows are men who have a destiny. The bad boys who have no life. Casual sex is for men who have no where they are going. Because they are casual themselves, there's no prize on their life. You who have a prize on your life, when you are the son of a king, your father warns you, when my enemy want me, they'll come for you. True. Because I love you and they abduct you, I'll have to look forward to save you, even if I'm giving in to many bad things. You are the son of a destiny. Your destiny, you're the son. You have so many millions, thousands of people depending on you. When you behave carelessly, when you're abducted, all of them suffer. That's what we forget. Men have dreams and goals. But somebody also inserted a virus in their head to think they can just smash women carelessly. That's why we are getting abducted. So many men who are stressed today, I tell you the truth, men are stressed more about money, but it's not the money for what they need to eat. It's the money for the people they signed up to take care of. The wrong people who are just, bottomless money pits.
Preach, brother.
Men can feed themselves.
Preach.
It's the mouths they signed up to feed who cannot be filled. Okay, a friend of mine who runs a center for nannies, house help, and gardeners, the domestic assistants. He warned some of us, telling us, people are trying to check who can I hire, and said, when you hire these people, prepare their salary and also their maintenance. They are high maintenance, most of them. They come from scarcity and they don't know how to just take enough. So you do shopping for them, you feed them, but he said many times, reports, our research shows they may end up costing you twice as much as the salary. And I thought that is so applicable to relationships. We see beautiful people, we don't think about the maintenance costs. We see the sweet chemistry, the romance, the show, we just imagine the bedroom and the euphoria. We don't imagine the impact on your pocket, on your bank balance. Many of these people are impossible to satisfy. And they use children as weapons of the biological weapon, really, because you care about that child. They abduct your heart there, So another thing that is stressing men is to try to show them. A lot of men don't invest to become masters in their craft. They remain minions, average, so they are paid according to what the market dictates with a take it or leave it terms because they are replaceable. When you're not unique, you're replaceable. And if you refuse, we take your friend. True. We take your next person.
There's always the next man.
Graduates. All of you are just graduates. So what is special with you? Yeah. So you find a student in first year, and I almost shed tears when I remember the college kids who don't know this fact. Okay. And right now they're passing the only opportunity in life. I call it the virgin period in your life. Between 18 to 24. When you reach 25, you're usually psychologically grown up, the world begins to demand more of you. But when you are just between home and the world, that period, I call it a virgin period. That's the time you can find your real skill, not just the degree. Find your uniqueness. So men should find that uniqueness, so that you can be paid on your own terms and live life on your terms. You can't live how you want if you can't earn how you want. If you are dictated what you are paid, you shall be dictated how you live. They will give you only enough to need them and come tomorrow. No employer pays you enough never to need them. Nobody teaches you the knowledge you need to make them unnecessary in your life. Anybody who feeds you controls you. They can starve you anytime they want. So they keep it, they keep a string. So you keep swearing on, I have a permanent and pensionable job, okay? So that permanent and pensionable job you think is secure, the guy has got to do somewhere where they can control you. Then you need a mortgage to get a car, loan to get a house, this and that. Many men are stressed because loans, like 5 of them, they can't get out before 5 years, they can't get out before 10 years. Now they have realized this is confining, it's not me. I want to change, but I can't even go for interviews on weekday because I'm controlled. I can't even attend funerals of my loved ones. I can't see my loved ones in hospital. Men, we are stressed because we did not start by finding out what makes us unique, what makes us sell better. One guy went and retrieved a ship. A ship was stranded in sea, it is stalled there, and they could not fix it. They called an engineer and they brought him. Within a few seconds, he tapped somewhere with a hammer and it started. They had been stuck there for, I think, 3 days. He sorted it in less than 10 minutes, and he sent them a very huge check, very huge invoice. Sorry, of saying I need $10,000, like $1 million share. No, sorry, you are here for a very short time. Can you give us an itemized bill? What are you really charging for 1 million shillings? You only tapped it somewhere. We saw you. He said, yes. Okay, tapping with a hammer was $1, but knowing where to tap, it was 9,900. Okay. So men have not found that uniqueness that makes them earn $1 million in 10 minutes. Remember the guy who said, if you gave me 6 hours to cut a tree, I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Men are not sharpening the axe. They're working with a blunt object. And the Bible says when the knife is blunt, you have to use more force. Men are using more force because their knife is blunt. The axe is blunt. They can't cut. They're desperate. No jobs. Yet all the spare time they had, they pursued dopamine, pursued gambling, pursued football. They swear with Arsenal. Why are you swearing with Arsenal and Manu when your own life is empty? Manu doesn't know. You see your life. First of all, those guys have careers. Those are millionaires. Where are you cheering millionaires? Throwing you a few coins to millionaires, betting on the games of millionaires when you are zeronaire. You should start with betting on your own life. The few coins you have, get a book, get bundles, follow shows. The few coins you have, bury yourself in what those footballers have done. Many of them from the time they were young, they were practicing at night, day. Here you are, helping them advance, giving them numbers, throwing them attention, giving money, and you have not played the game of your own life. For your information, a lot of time, men, we are drowned in games, drowned in gambling, and you find them depressed, crashing, drinking beer to find anesthesia and relief from a bottle because they have not found anywhere to contain their life. Men need to organize their money life before they take on any other responsibility, because it's a conspiracy, a silent conspiracy to make us consumers of pornography as a relief from our stress, consumers of cheap alcohol as a relief from our stress, consumers of every bad food, and then you fall sick. Then now you are a customer of the pharmaceuticals. And I hope you know chronic diseases, the one you are getting from eating badly, are the biggest market in the pharmaceutical world. Whenever you have a chronic disease, you need them to survive. You need them every day. You have to buy. You have to, in order to live, to alleviate the pain. That's what men are depressed about.
Wanaume. You've started today, basically. I want us to use this show as, I want it to be the marking scheme of my mistakes. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'll be setting up the mistake, and you're telling me what I should have done right, so that the other men can watch and learn.
You're right.
So let's start with number 1. When I was very young, my firstborn is 14 now. I got him when I was 20. Mistake number 1. Why do men feel? I speak with them and I always tell them, guys, don't get a child if you are a man before you are somewhere 27 to 30. And they're like, unatuambia nini unatupangia maisha? And I'm telling women, if you are a lady, you will love that man with your heart and your kidney and everything. But usijaribu kushika mimba yake if you are not well financially and mentally. Because niwe utabeba mimba, the guy can disappear, but when I feel you're in campus, you're in love with this guy, is the love of your life, and I'm like, you've not even left the country. You've not met Egyptian men.
Thank you, man.
You've not met Nigerians.
Say it, man.
You've not even gone to the UK. You've not even met wale ma Indians wanaongea na base yule. Wachana na wewe ndio unaona hapa nini, my friend. You've not traveled.
You're right.
But you met this man, but you're feeling like he's the epitome of handsomeness.
You're right.
Yes, this small car, then you're feeling, yeni. I'm like, my dear, build yourself to a level where you don't need a man to be happy. Then when you get the man, they add to your happiness. But if you're looking at the man as a source of happiness, source of finances, source of nini, akikwambia, you are the only thing I have, it's true. You are the only thing they have. I'm like, no, wananiambia, wacha kutupangia maisha. Tutashika mimba time tunataka, please. Talk to them. Talk to us. Talk to Obinna when he was 20 years old.
And bro, I have so many examples that I don't need even to use yours.
Okay.
Because this is my space.
Okay.
Just yesterday, a guy told me the same story. At 19, I got a kid in first year university, and now I'm somewhere mid-30s. That child now is a teenager. Anytime you have a teenager and you're so young, you know something went wrong somewhere.
Yes.
In this life, you don't drown for falling into water. You drown for staying there.
True.
All right? It's when you don't rise up. That's when you drown.
Yeah.
And many of them are trying to follow Obinna. Obinna has already subdued his ego enough to even use his story as a teaching point. Many men can't do what you're doing. True. You have a lot of humility and self-acceptance. Somebody tries to laugh at you, you join them in laughing. They realize, this guy has learned to laugh at his own story. There's nothing to shame him about. Yeah. Just to say, that guy told me now he's cohabitating with a divorced woman. They've invested business here together. Now he doesn't feel it anymore. I suspect. Bro, 15 years. You started messing your life by premarital sex, and you've never learned. For 15 years, again, you're screwing it up when it's already midday. It's the zenith. When anytime you reach mid-30s, you know already, it's like you're halfway gone now. Kipindi alala salama inaanza. And I told him, bro, the problem is not that you messed somewhere in life. The problem is that you refuse to learn. You never pause to ask, how did I get here? And I told him, bro, if you are going to look back into yourself, it will be very painful. It humbles yourself and you feel bruised anytime you admit there I was wrong. When you get used to it, it gets easier. But with most people don't know how to look at it. They just want to blame everybody else. So the first mistake, what you've said is, when we arrive early in campus and we follow the, what I like to call the pig, our Lord told a story where he went, a story is told where he healed somebody. But those demons didn't want to hang in there. They wanted to get some animals, some pigs. Yeah. And then those animals ran headlong into the sea and drowned. Together, like 2,000 of them. And it's like many of the campus students or our generation young people, they ran headlong into the sea to drown, encouraging each other. And it says broad is the way that leads to destruction. People just stagger in there. The copycat behavior you see among young people today, where we are feeling so inflamed and we help each other to excite sexual feelings. On TikTok, we are watching people shaking what their mama gave them. What will it do to your mind? We are listening to music that is just innuendo, even the dancing. Like, no, there's one they're copying. A lady sitting on a guy and they're sitting just mimicking sex. Feeling sick. No, that's a trendy thing now. A guy who is young, very explosive feelings, he's not married, will watch it. So what comes in? A lady sitting on me. He wants to see that and he will actualize it somewhere. He will actualize it somewhere. They drool on a woman, just drooling. And you get obsessed and it builds desire, becomes compulsive until you do it. So you'll have to do it physically or do it with masturbation. Masturbation loses fun with time. You have to go to the real thing. Pornography is enticement, really. It goes on until you have to do the real thing. So what we do when we are young is we join others in igniting fires that consume us alive. It takes a struggle to stay sane. I was in University of Nairobi, public universities, you know what happens? The hostels become brothels towards the weekend. So we started this with thing we call Exodus on Fridays. You go to where you will find sanity. Okay. you go where, you go where, because I was even in law school and the hostel was the same block. Ladies on this, guys on this. So sometimes you're going and they're showering, they're moving between bathroom and it's almost, you can see everything. Sometimes you're sharing some, like there's a prayer room there, among ladies hostel at night, just one block. And you can see all this walking from shower room with this. And you're a young guy with all these feelings flying. Wow. So it's like the dangling temptation on a fasting man. Just That's roasted true. Meat. This guy is supposed to be fasting actually. We roasted meat around. So a lot of men don't know that you need to fight that and run away like Joseph. Even if you have to leave your court, even if you have to be accused, you must run from the mumama. Joseph has to run from the mumama. Men don't know how to run from. They're running after them. One of them, we are seeing when people broadcasting, a lady midlife dating a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, a guy 15, 20 years younger and looks fashionable now. That's like something. And I'm saying, this is a young man who's sacrificing what he could have become. This woman has known how her story will end. Many of them have made many mistakes. They've already lost hope of ever winning any respectable man. So they go for a young man who has energy. They just want the physical energy. And because you have nothing unique, they just want to control you completely, play their guitar, entertain them sexually. There's nothing for you here. You are the 18th man. You are the 50th man in her life. She has already gone and come back. You're just launching. And then you think you're lucky. I think young men are taking the fantasy and the fetish too far. Many of them have mother issues. They've not been loved by their mothers. They're attracted to mother figures sexually. And they don't know that it's the mother image, it's the mother love that they lacked. Many of them grew up with the single mothers who never had the authority. We're not saying all single mothers, just saying the closest parent, many of them were a mother. And many of the mothers had other issues. They could not assert authority and leadership. So he was left there with a gap. And he's trying to fill that gap by falling in love with older women, to be loved like a son, to fill that. So he's sleeping with his mother. This is incest in his mind. So many of the young men don't know that there's a place to wrestle against these temptations and heal. Personally, I was subjected because of my studies to many hours of therapy, and I was protesting. I'm okay. Men, we are tough. Tunalia together kama balance. Man, we are just, I'm okay. And then I signed up for masters. I needed to do 25 hours of therapy. What shall we talk? 25 hours of personal. Okay, I'm here to get it done with. But when we started digging my personal story, I was ashamed how much can of worms I had suppressed there. I went for PhD. I was required to do other 50. So I've done 75 hours of personal therapy, coming 1 hour or two per week. So you're doing almost a whole year doing therapy every week. And you're the one paying for this requirement. And you're supposed to unearth your story, to go down there. Today, I pity men. I was subjected there by some divine grace. Don't wait until you collapse, bro. I hear men committing suicide, hanging themselves, others collapsing. Some men don't hang with a rope, they hang with, they live with a death wish. They drive recklessly, drink recklessly, sleep with anything, and death wish. They have given up on life. They're on a free fall. Bro, don't wait until it gets there. Don't wait until you have the Mephibosheth complex. Mephibosheth survived an accident when he was young, and his feet were broken. He could not move freely. Later on, a friend of his late father said, I would like to honor my late friend Jonathan. Is anybody? Oh, his son is alive. Bring him to the palace. I want to give him a job here. But when he came here, he said, why bother with a dead dog like me? Leave me alone. I don't deserve this. Many men suffered accidents they did not cause. Their parents parted ways when he was young. Their father rejected him. He was born to a young man, young parent, and somebody flew to Qatar or somewhere to go and look for, but left in the hands of another. Someone, you are left here because she's marrying, I don't know where, or the father rejected you because he's marrying, he doesn't want to be interrupted. Many men were accidentally left somewhere for mistakes not their own. Genuinely, you can see, bro, that was an unfair card, I'm sorry. When men tell you what they went through, you will cry on their behalf. You will see it. But what have they done? Instead of healing, they do like Mephibosheth. They personalize the injustice and call themselves dead dog, stinking, unworthy, not deserving. They can't stand on an interview and say, I deserve 500,000. They can't put up a show like Obinna and take risks. You know what you're doing is business, and business is risky. You're promising people and you're not even sure. So, I'll pay you. Don't worry, I'll pay. Just
let's get it done faster then.
You know, what you're doing takes a lot of courage. Had you not reconciled with everything that tended to crush you, the matusi you've had, that messages you're being sent, if you were to sit there under those blows, you never rise up, you never do anything. Many men have not learned that. During the season when we are alone, when we are trying to plan our lives, we need to do therapy, to heal, to read books. One of my best-selling books is called Healing Your Inner Self, to commence your best life. And men buy it quietly. We notice that pattern. Men don't usually broadcast. Men execute. They don't discuss. Men just buy. They tell you, bro, that thing has validated a lot of things. Then they come for the business ones. I have others for business. Millionaire moves, mastery. Men really want to make money. And when a man wakes up, he wants to secure his money so that he can secure his respect. There was a poor man who saved a city with a very wise counsel in the Bible. He saved the whole city. But because he was poor, after the city was secure, they trashed him, forgot about him because he was poor. Even when you are wise and you have no money, we'll forget you. We'll trash you. We'll take your wisdom, use it for ourselves. You go see to your life. Why can't you use the wisdom to help yourself? A lot of men know if they don't have money, they'll be despised. If they don't have money, but they're loyal, they are true, they will still be trust. And we're not saying women cannot be true. They can be. But generally, society does not listen to us when you don't command a kind of presence that has power. And in this world, money is the defense, is the power. So that's what is depressing men. What you lost way and what young men are losing the way is when you join college, start reconciling on your past. Many men have issues with their father, the distance. The mother was the dad was military, detached, not present. And men don't know how the language of men. You know, if you tell a man today, I love you, he's bro, acha hizo, hizo ni gani. You know, men, we are so strange to the language of love. Even our mothers, many of them are so African, they did not know how to tell you that you're lovable. So we did not hear it. The only attraction then we have towards women is sexual, very sexual. When you fall in love, you're always full mast. The flag is on full mast. You're looking for relief. And so you chase a woman, and that's what gets into you. And I pity when I see boys leaving college to go for bars, where they go to gyrate, clubs, and a lady is rubbing you with her body, and awakening, and arousing. You can't survive that. You'll melt. You will melt. You can't survive that. Human. You can't survive that when you are single, bro. Avoid that. In fact, the Exodus we are doing, we kept ourselves with certain mentorship groups. We would go sometimes to places, high schools, colleges, and it was like a saving grace. We don't know where it came from, but let's do mentorship. As guys go for raving, as we go mentoring people. So weekends, we go busy, we keep ourselves busy, helping young people with wisdom of life, things we have learned, helping them with mathematics, calculus, things we have done in high school, even the little knowledge you have, you know. Trying business, doing brokerage, sending this and the other. That period by itself both saved us and built us. Anybody who can hear us and is an innocent 20-year-old, who you are, who I was back then, the only route is to decide early. You preserve yourself and use this period to grow. There's nowhere to sit neutral. If you just sit there, the winds of life will blow you away. You have to set a direction. Because I'm neutral and I'm not taking a side. There's so much controversy over your life. There's so many forces want to make you a victim that you can't just sit there. Somebody will bring you cigarettes, alcohol, shisha. Somebody will bring you drugs. Another person will bring you wisdom of life, books, wisdom, podcasts. So you sit there, people try to bring you things. And they know how your psychology works. And they know how to entice you. Did you know that guys who run after girls, girls run after them? Those who are not interested, is the women run after you? Try to sit cool, minding your business. And they'll come running after you. Many of them want name. One guy won a contest for being the ugliest person in that country. People came up with a weird contest. And he had a deformity in his face. The teeth were looking funny, something looking funny. He was never 10. One jaw is elongated. He's too... So you want the contest of the most ugly. He married 3 women. They wanted to be associated with a famous person, even if he's very ugly. He would marry this one, something goes wrong, go away, I have many options. You go away, I have many options. So by the time he came, somebody covered here, I don't know, 8 children. Being exactly as he was. So you don't need, it's not a win to chase women and sleep with them. It's a win when you can say no and do things by your own control. Anytime you sleep with a woman, she may be down and you're on top, so you think you're on top of the game. Actually, she's eliciting things in you that are dominating you. Let me repeat this very well. The bigger thing is not to get a woman to sleep with. The bigger thing is to refrain from doing it. That's when you have conquered the war inside. Anytime you get a woman to sleep, you have fed a monster that now will defeat you. Even when she's gone, you look for another one. Even if she's gone, you look for another one. The monster will dominate you. The victory is not managing to put a woman in a box. It's to put your own feelings in a box. The victory is not how many girls body count. It's how well you've kept yourself pure and in one piece. The victory is not how many are crashing on you. The victory is how you can say no and direct your attention. And I tell men, the biggest reward in my experience of keeping yourself in one piece is that you can marry a woman who can make you a prince. A woman who can make you a king. The biggest reward of being disciplined and of organizing your life is that the woman who can take you to your destiny will trust you. If you continue behaving cheap and sleeping in anything, many men can hardly reject a woman who is inviting them. Hardly. Those few who can say no are the only ones who can be trusted by women who are virgins at heart. We are virgins physically. Some people are virgin because their parents would kill them if they slept with anyone. So don't just trust physical virginity, okay? Don't be naive.
Lack of opportunity.
Don't be naive.
There's all lack of resources.
Yeah, and others are too afraid of pregnancy. Others, nobody wants them.
It's not that they don't want, but they have in control.
You know,
yes.
Some of them are just timid. Nobody wants to talk to them.
Yeah, we're going to appear at the front office.
Others are in charge reluctantly. You know, some people are in charge because the family dictates it. So the day they get free, they run like a goat that has been tied. We're talking about purity of the heart. It's okay to be virgin physically, but more so, is it your choice? Do you want that? Is that what you want? Is the life you want? So I don't want you to judge people too much physically. Go deeper. So we are saying, a lot of times, men, I want to tell them, when you maintain yourself, you're going to meet women who have that level of discipline and purity. And I've seen many of them who can't compromise. They just don't advertise it on social media because they will appear proud. They'll tell you, no, my friend, if you can easily flirt with so many women, I thank you very much. I would rather be alone. Many women have mastered peace, and they don't want chaos. So you have made it a sport to tease every woman, call them sweet names. You will disqualify yourself from a woman who could have taken you to your destiny. You remain with the pedestrians, idlers of the market.
Let me ask you, what is the most appropriate age for a man, let's start with a man, to find someone and settle down?
30 and above. Let me tell you the two genders.
Okay.
For men, I recommend 30.
30 and above.
For women, 25.
Okay.
All human psychology has converged that we mature, prefrontal cortex matures at 25. Okay. The brain that can make complex long-term decisions. Before 25, you're using the midbrain or the amygdala that uses reward and feelings and is very passionate, can learn skills of life, but can't think long-term, can't make 3D decisions. Okay. Most people know before 25, they are not awakened. Past 25, they woke up and they're looking at how many damage they've done to their life before they know who they are. They even develop their voice. True. We're not saying everybody past 25 is wise. We are saying everybody past 25 has the legs to walk if they want to walk. Some people don't want to think. They don't want to apply themselves. So past 25, the legs can walk, but you can still sit down and remain there. So you have a brain to think. Thank you. You have a brain to think past 25. We're not saying, so some people like that, do you mean everybody? No, you just have the capacity. Your eyes develop the capacity to see, but you have to apply yourself to try and see. A child can still close eyes, be lazy, don't want to be bothered. So if you don't open your eyes, you won't see. Your brain is like, it's a muscle.
Even fools grow old.
Thank you.
Yeah, not everybody who's old is wise.
And again, so we are saying, brain-wise, all of us at 25 and above, we can now reason and choose a person and man if we select to. Before 25, you can't. Even if you want, you don't have the capacity, you don't have the equipment. If you do it,
manga. Me, I'm 20, but me, I think like I'm... How do you meet Mashori?
yes, they usually talk
Me,
like that.
I'm like, hey, I'm 20, but me, I think like I'm 30.
How do you know how that is think? You have never been 30. Thank you. That's a proof that you're so naive. You think you know how an age you have never been
Me,
to.
I'm 20, but hey, after my friends tell me, the
Particular-
way I think me.
And your friends are just your friends, same group. So if fools take an exam, one fool be number one. And the fool can say I was number one among the fools. Congratulations, champion of fools. So we say.
So Akuna before
No.
25?
My friend, let me tell you, there's some people who got it right, they married 19, 20, but when you say right, we mean they just managed to remain married. They could have been very guided by parents, by mentors who are wise, very close. Yeah. Those who are guided well can get a person with whom they can live. Others, prayers of their great-grandmother. They got it by good luck. just for a good person.
Yeah.
So it's pure guesswork, like shooting the duck. You might end up hitting it, but you one didn't know what you were shooting. Dating before you're 25, it's your total risk. Then there's an assured loss. Anytime you sign up for a person, even if you chose them at 20 and marry them at 30, because many of them prolong for 10 years in this entanglement, you lose opportunity. It's called opportunity cost. What you could have become, the way you mentioned, the Australia you could have gone, the places you could have explored. Because when you're in a relationship, you have to talk every day, you have to keep in touch. So we tether each other physically,
Your goals
emotionally.
are not my goals. Now I cannot be on my own to explore.
And I can't get closer to Obinna unless I annoy Kevin. So the person tethers you close to them, and you cut off many other people who could have built your life. So the right age for men is that. Why not 25? Because men go another cycle. After psychological maturity, men need economic preparation, and they need social networking. The burden on men is so severe. If a man jumps into marriage and whatever, by the time he's 24, 23, he will get somebody. You can get somebody, but he will be so burdened because he carried those things before he had the backbone for it. The 5 years of 25 to 30, I recommend men build the backbone, build the social networking, learn self-control, learn delayed gratification, do shows, practice these. Right now, you have so much freedom to do a show until 2 a.m. because you have not a person you have committed to be talking to after every 3 hours. Marriage it's an undertaking. True. You're promising to keep in touch with this person constantly. There's a level to which beyond which you are hurting them now. They need you to talk to them. So take that period to practice things, to travel, to be free. In fact, many of what I do now, I'm reaping from them. What I did that decade of 20 to 30, for men is the determiner. And I hope they can learn this early, that if you start right now and practicing and you're 20, 22, 20, 24, and people are telling you if you leave campus without anybody, there is nobody in campus. These also don't know themselves. These are lost elements. We are yet to discover who we are. You don't even know the standards. Many women are pretty, they are clean, they're not promiscuous, but their standards are so low, they can't handle the global scale of your calling. Some women are very decent, but very small scale.
Okay.
Contented. They can't take the risks you want to take to advance your calling. They cannot go with you where you're going. Let me tell you, this is a problem. We just tend to think, especially those who are church-oriented, they see a person who's talking, singing very well, bringing the Holy Spirit down, and so you think you're going to start a choir in your house as well. So you marry them based on their singing. Now you marry Upako and you go home, you realize Upako she cannot handle empire. What is empire? Yeah. Don't be so materialistic. Oh, we are going to heaven. This house is not our home. Their language. Oh, a guy told me I'm disturbed because this lady agrees to everything I want, even we can get married anytime I want, and she's clean. I know she's not cheating. Her phones are there. You can look anytime. I can appear anywhere and I'll find her. She's faithful, clean, and church and all that. But my brother, she can't engage me. When I throw ideas, she has no input. Many women have no input on the level you wanted to go. And this also applies to men when you're talking about a woman. But I'm talking about the men particularly. The problem you have with marrying just a decent girl, everybody recommends. This one is faithful, homemaker, she raise your children well, this one. Bro, there's more beyond children. There's other children who are not your biological children. They want you to feed them with wisdom. They want you to feed them with example. They want you to inspire them to Africa in particular. We need role models desperately. We don't have role models of success. Africa, we don't have role models. You can find countries that there's no one president you can recommend to anyone to emulate their character. There are countries in Africa, you don't have one parliamentarian you can recommend to your son.
Stop beating about the bushes.
There are places in Africa. For the 60 years we have existed, you can't see this governor, this one can talk to my daughter. Your own child, you can't trust them to even copy any. You even find them watching on TV. What is this you are watching? I told you. And that's your leaders.
But you elected.
You're very insecure with your daughter watching that person.
Let me bring it back here.
Yes.
Let me bring it to the age. So you've said 30 for men, 25 for women.
Yes.
Now, let's twist kidogo.
Yes.
Can women marry below their age?
Yes.
Is it advised?
Yes. It's not advised because of our cultural bias that men want the submission looks like the lower, the smaller one. The men most likely want a woman who is easier to submit, easier to lead. The younger.
Easier to manipulate.
Not manipulation means bad motive, but to lead. Let's say to lead. Easier to lead. Okay. It's easier for me to lead my younger sister than my older sister. That's where we got our examples from.
Okay.
So it was harder for my older sister to submit to me. That's not natural. There are men who can do it, particularly when he's already leader-like. The reason Obinna will encourage you not to leave a woman because she's 2 years older than you is because it will frustrate you after you mature. You won't find mature women. You won't find mature women who can engage you on your level. The more you advance as a man, the pool becomes very small. Many men, I tell them, my formula was, let me get a woman who is either slightly older or she's firstborn at home. Firstborns at home are exposed to leadership earlier. Either she's firstborn at home or the one who took leadership.
But a lastborn imekuramba.
They tend to be. So it's very easy for a firstborn Obinna to marry a lastborn girl who is 2 years older. Did you follow it now? It becomes out of necessity.
Okay.
You're looking for a woman who has this capacity and you can't find them.
Okay.
The one you can find has kept her body. She's not abused. She doesn't even look it. She's preserved well. You don't even remember the age. And she has a very calm spirit that is cooperative. She makes you feel like a leader. Okay. And she can help you think beyond. When men are marrying a lot of women, conscious men, they're usually looking for a woman who can think on their level. That's very difficult. And I want to tell girls to stop decorating the wrong thing because they're really investing downstairs. They're really overdoing, even buying things to add there. Let me tell you where to work on. Apps, buy a book, add there. Buy something else, add there. Learn something else. Stop shaking what your mama gave you. Shake what you gave yourself. Shake what your God gave you. Can you show us what is inside between your ears? Between your legs is common. Even animals have it.
Dr. Zulu, speak for yourself. Okay, so some of us.
Bro, we are not saying it's not important.
Okay.
We are not saying it's not important. We are saying, can you give me both a container with the content?
That's true.
They're giving us very decorated containers with the right curves, but very empty.
Yeah.
In the bedroom, they'll entertain you. In the boardroom, they're empty.
Krisha.
You can't make decisions with that.
After shaking what your mama gave you, now we can't converse with.
So what will you do after you go out there and you meet somebody who also has something what their mama gave them, and they have brains
better, and now they have brains.
Yes.
Krisha.
What will you do? Bro, I want to encourage you, man. Some things are just natural. Just enhance as they are. Don't do surgery on yourself. Don't cut your body anywhere. My friend, I want you to do something on your daughter's shock therapy. Anybody who is mentee under you, a girl, I want you to maneuver them to an hospital.
Okay.
And show them what goes wrong when the body breaks, when the health goes away. Women, they have been misled by socialites. Why are you cutting your body when it's healthy? Why are you introducing a scalpel? Why are you opening your body to do what?
Do you know the shock therapy thing worked on us in primary? There was this STI video we used to be shown in primary. Do you know, I always tell people, my firstborn when I was 20 was my first sexual experience. And this time I was in Nairobi, I'd been a street boy, I'd done all the odd jobs. I was actually now finishing my high school because I took myself back to high school.
Oh, yeah?
So when I met my first baby mama through the daughter, this story is out there, when we started kuzoeana, then I got a job as an office messenger at Kipro Plaza, Greenwald International.
You're right.
I was being paid 10,000.
You're right.
I moved to a house in Landimawe ya Mabati.
You're right.
4,000.
You're right.
Niko na TV ilikuwa inaitwa Aukma.
You're
I have Ampex home theater. Kitanangu na kiti ya plastic na stove ile kuzima nje.
Correct.
I was a big boy.
You're right.
I was like, me, I'm ready to settle down.
Correct.
So I told my first baby mama, pull up. Let's settle down. Mimi nimeomoka, nimepata 10,000 from the village.
Yeah.
10,000 is a lot of money kwa nyumba. But 4,000, I have 6,000 to play with. What are you telling me?
You're right.
So when I was having this, now, you know, I saved all this time because of the shock therapy we saw that video that were being shown for STI. Most millennials probably might have seen in their school. Tulikuwa tunaonyeshwa venye watu wakipata sexually transmitted infections venye wanakaa. We're like, hii inatoka kwa wasichana. Staki story ya madem. So we will talk, we will do love letters, we'll write, but I cannot execute anything. So that thing of shock therapy you're talking about, I think it might work, but also is traumatic.
No, let me tell you,
traumatized me.
Let me tell you, sometimes you better be traumatized by the warning than be traumatized by the consequences. Show them what can go wrong. Why does the Bible go to description? Even the last verse of the book of Isaiah, one of the biggest prophets, is explaining that there their worms do not die, and their smoke ascends forever. Then they shall go up and look upon the bodies, the carcasses of the men who rebelled against me. They shall be burning and filling, and their worms there forever. Why is it so graphic? Shock therapy, to tell you where this will lead. Do that to your children because the word is already harsh. We are saying, of course, with a measure, but I tell you the truth. Now looking back, those who mentored me manipulated and maneuvered me to show me what will happen. Because if you are not shown, there's another verse that says when the consequences of sins are delayed, people like the sin more. Look, just test it. Don't delay the consequences.
Let them have
it. Show them where this can lead.
Okay.
So we are saying, tell them stop cutting their body by showing them what happens when the body needs surgery now to save your life. Not to add your nyash.
Okay. Qualities of a good woman.
One, you get the kind of woman who matches who you are. Okay. Women are not universal. There are some good women I don't advise you to marry because they don't have what you want.
Okay.
Obinna may be very intellectual. He wants ideas for sure. He wants somebody to examine what Zulu did the show and score him on a grade 10. Next time, for you, that mental stimulation is very important. Then there's another military guy who is already in the grass down there. He thinks, but what he wants most is warmth. When he comes home, he's coming from a harshness. He just wants warmth, music, softness, good food. That should be the most important trait. But I'll tell you the character traits. Those are the particular traits. I just want to warn you. I wrote something that should have been obvious the other day. And I said, if there's no chemistry, don't marry. Even if it's a good person, don't marry a good person whom you don't feel. Feelings and come later, just marry them. Good people are rare. Love will grow as long as he loves me more than love him. My mom says I should get a guy who loves me more than... Don't be crazy. Listen, a good person whom you don't love becomes a prison because you will never break up with them. What will you tell society? Your biology works, but you have no chemistry. Your biology can produce children, but you have no chemistry. What will you say when you don't see them that way? You must switch off lights to sleep with them. You must watch pornography to get excited.
After motivation. You
must help your heart to imagine them. They don't arouse you. So we are not saying you follow everywhere you feel, but your feelings should be factored. If you trump them, you will continue crashing on the wrong people because at home you are famished. The first thing you need...
Basically, after I'm saying kubamba.
Man, you should feel them. If you don't feel them,
great. My baby's fine.
So let's say you have a body shape, make sure you marry it. You have a favorite body tone, make sure you marry it.
Okay.
You have a with those eyes, you like, you may not have a person with everything, but they should at least 80%, let's say.
True.
Then you can go home excitedly to meet the one you love.
Okay.
A person encourages you to go home.
So that's number one.
Yes. So the character traits of the woman is, this woman must have learned how to be single. She must have learned how to exist by herself. She must learn how to pay her bills. She must have learned to live by herself. If a woman has always been in a relationship, has always had a man, or been under their parents, always been this, that's a dangerous woman because she has not learned life. She will feel angry when you don't tell her for Valentine because the money went to rent. She will feel angry. She will protest that you don't love her because all the money went to bills and you have no money to treat her, and she won't understand whether bills are part of life. Get a woman who has learned to negotiate because rent imechelewa na akaongelesha landlord. Na anjaendea mubaba. You can't tell whether a woman is chaste when she had no chance to be tempted. How can you say I'm faithful and they have never given me a chance to steal? Some people are not faithful. They're just unfortunate. Nobody ever gave them any chance to steal anything. Make sure this woman, by the way, if a woman has never refunded a man's money, don't marry her. Don't marry a woman who has never returned a man's money. Because soon it will be sent. She'll be under you. And she will go away to pay the bill. Right under your nose. If she can't turn down money from men, because most beautiful women will always have somebody knocking at the door. And because Obinna is afraid, he will go to the village to a girl who has not been seduced by anybody. You don't know her. You bring her now. Zulu sees her and then seduces her. After you marry the Kenyan, she's no longer Kenyan. You have lifted her. So get a woman who has lived who has seen the world. And you're not saying, men are afraid. Oh, she's too exposed. She's become. That's her real self. Get a woman who has been out here, who has lived a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you can see her life is commensurate with her income. If the furniture is more expensive than her salary, where is the supplement?
Fuliza iko wapi? Fuliza ni nani?
Exactly. Hey. And you need a woman who, number 2, is already prepared and eager to build marriage. Many women love the package you bring, not a marriage you're proposing. Please understand this, men. Men say, I don't want a girlfriend, I don't want to waste time. After I saw you, I saw a wife. Me, I don't beat about the bush. I just direct, I don't want to waste time like those other boys. It's just to marry you, I'll take you to my mother. If you accept today, tomorrow I'll be married. Stupid. Listen. Not all pretty women want marriage. Marriage is work, eh? Marriage is work. The woman has to dress decently. Married women don't dress like they're trying to attract everything, eh? They must respect the man they're married to, eh? Many women will never showing all their thighs, will never stop showing all their thighs, will never stop wearing those tongs, those funny things. They will never stop. If you're marrying her to confine her to marriage, she resents it. But your package is very good. I'll make you my queen. You never have to work hard. I'll give you all the money. How can you work hard when I'm on the earth? Over my dead body. I'll dedicate my life to make you happy. She signs up for the package, not for the responsibility. Make sure the woman you're marrying tells you, for me, I'm looking for marriage. Make sure you get that vibe. If you don't get it, you marry a beautiful woman who is not wife material. Then she will change you to a street boy.
Where?
She will take you to the street, lawless streets, where she can continue cheating, being with you, because now she has taken you to a place where boundaries don't matter. You can hug this, kiss the other, it's just flirting. She will take you to her world so that you don't ask her to behave. And because you already saw your allegiance and you want to be faithful, many good men are married to the wrong caliber. They are being dragged all the way to hell with their eyes open. And they're still singing songs. My queen, my queen. You're calling a queer woman queen. Who is lawless, can entertain any man sexually, cause everybody sweetheart, babe. And because she has told you these words don't matter, you're the one, at least I'm coming home to you. Don't care about the world, it's only just us. And she can even get children or sleep with whoever. Oh, you're just drunk, no problem. You understand. You're very open-minded guy. It's not like these other conservatives. You'll be dragged to the lawless world. And the world will see you're being deceived. But when you came, what did you present? My queen, who, walking goddess, who? And there are some careers I want you to be very careful before you pick people. Careers that are sexually charged. Don't pick wives from careers that require them to show to be sexual, to thrive.
Yeah.
There are careers that just don't do justice on women. They capitalize on that side of them. You understand?
Okay.
If she dresses decently, she will be fired. And it's not just the career, it's particular the working context. They must look sexy, seductive this way. If you pick her from there, what energy, what character, who is she? This woman who is putting forward her body and sexual energy. No, you should choose your hustles. Why are you confined to one hustle? You should have boundaries.
So for example?
I don't want to pick up, but you know many of them. For example, there's some massage parlors that the woman is the one being used to advertise on the road, isn't it? It's a massage parlor, but she must dress a certain way to make guys drive in.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Now you find her there, she must make you feel, this is more than massage. Because you could have used a massage chair, but you wanted a pass.
And now man is driving, oh, that's a massage chair. If you get to this one.
There's a Mercedes. Mercedes spa open.
Niko la hii spa, hii namba ni gani? Hello.
You know.
So lower back.
Others even have a happy ending. Massage is a happy ending.
So they massage everywhere.
You know. So imagine a lady who, and you're not saying all of them work in that. I'm just telling you, particular employee, particular context, really extract that to make men pay more. To make men pay more. Not everybody. That others are just like a nightclub, but this is not a. Clubs are not the same. There's some clubs for wangwana.
Yeah. That's
with the decency.
Clubs. Yeah.
But others, madness. She must be. That's what I mean. Be careful before you pick a woman who the career she depends on is just sexual energy. Sexual energy.
Okay.
That will be her vibe in life.
Okay.
Because it's easier to use your body than to use your brain. It's easier. When you pick a woman who is parading her body to win in life, you never tell her now to be decent and do the slow growth of actually selling real value, persuading customers to buy, going to hustle, waiting on clients, doing follower. That's a hard work. Okay? That's how life is. But others just want to flash their eyes and get money. Flash their boobs, get money. Dance, get money. If that's where you find her, that you may never change people. Don't invest on changing people. Don't take a lady to college. You become a parent figure. You join the father club, the parents club. Yes.
Serious?
And after we are educated by parents, usually leave. That's why they should leave. After that, the educators will go to our life. After educators, you go to her life. And then she'll marry her colleagues. You're not a colleague. You're in the father category. You're in the WhatsApp group of parents. And we always rebel against parents when you become teenagers. We want our own freedom. Parents are too controlling. They took you to school. They control so much of your life. They can't allow you to be yourself. All girls who are educated by men will leave. After. They should leave. You have finished your parents' role.
Let me get this right. So a man should never pay school fees for a
particularly primary education in terms of first degree. Foundational education, no. Advancing education when we are grown-ups is different. You understand? The foundational education that helps a woman enter the world, enter career world, should be done by her people and herself, not you. If you find that she has not done it, she is not ready for marriage. She might even be marrying you for the degree.
Sasa mtu amemaliza class 8.
Yes.
Maisha imemutandika.
Yes.
Mimi nimemupata, nimemupenda.
Yes.
Nikamwambia baby, high school fanya gumbaru.
Yes.
Nikalipa.
Yes.
Fanya high school nini ama labda maliza high school.
Yes.
Hajaenda college. Nimempenda nikamwambia baby ingia college nikulipie.
Yes.
It should not.
No, let me tell you. Why are you educating her? If you're a charitable guy who is helping girls, ukikamua ng'ombe along the way, congratulations. Maybe that's your way of life. But if you're looking for a wife, bro, get a woman who has reached a place where she has prepared a life for marriage. If the woman, she's just craving education, craving career, she's not in the mindset to choose a husband. She does not even know what dynamics for marriage work. She will graduate, come there, then you have a child that she's wondering, what is this? Who are you? Wife? Married? Okay, what? Since when? She'll wake up.
Aya, are the powerful ladies married? Let me throw that into the dustpan in the works. Like career women wale, for example, you find a director, a CEO.
Obinna never marry a woman who has no career. Those are your wives.
Oh. Mutu sasa
you men who have a future, stop marrying subdued, careerless girls. They can't contain you. Your capacity is very... You need a woman with capacity. Helpers should be able to handle whatever you need help with. Somebody had told us that women who have career are uncontrollable, watakukalia chapati, because they have money.
Wanasemanga hivyo. Wanakwambia stand in the corner and think about your life. Don't let me talking when I'm talking in this house.
The problem is not her money, the problem is her attitude. The thing I want you to read is this, because I come from a culture where I can tell you that we are very poor, arrogant women. They have no job, but they're also very arrogant. So what you're describing is arrogance, not money. So, money does not make women arrogant. It just reveals who they are. Get the right heart. In fact, when you get the right woman, you make her fly. One challenge I want to give you, because you're a very challengeable guy. You invite challenge.
Yeah.
Don't close the chapter of your life before you are responsible to make your woman take off to the skies. And let guys look for you because they saw her. The Bible says the husband is honored in the gates because of this woman who has merchant ships at sea. Proverbs that one. This woman was workers who buys land, considers land, buys linen. She can trade in the world, and she's humble. She wakes up early, feeds her family, and she has a full-blown career. Proverbs that one woman. I want you to make sure you have sponsored a woman to take off to the skies. When you sponsor the right woman, she flies with you too. You never have to go to KCB or whatever this to borrow sometimes, because she has resources. Even her circles can give you short loans. You not need to borrow these Shylocks and be fixed when a woman has resources. She kwamuas you quietly, and she'll adjust your crown before the world know it was crooked. You know, people know you are a superhero and you should be strong. Obinna must be strong when he's coming to work. He must be in suit, must be a proper. Anytime you're collapsing, everybody's worried. Now our boss is not even, now my God, I need to get another job. What are we doing now? We are finished. Our job is, our boss is crying. We hear he's not trending. He has a scandal. Bro, the world wants you only strong. Get a woman who's strong, so that even when you're not strong, you borrow her strength. You borrow her money, borrow her courage, borrow her hope, her perspective, her relationships. She can say, just stay back. I'll handle this today. Don't worry. Okay. Stay back. Never marry a woman who's not a high shooter. Bro, don't attempt it.
Cool. Men, husband material. What are the qualities to look for?
Yes.
The right man to settle down with.
You need a man who has tamed the sexual beast in him.
Okay.
If a man can't say no to sex, don't marry him. You need to see a man who has lived alone. For a woman, I told you she needs to face the world to reduce money. Yeah. You need a guy who has a place he can live, or a car he can take a woman, and he's not taking women there. When a man is not overcome this part and he has a private house and a private car, he's always taking women there, or they bring themselves there. When a man has many men are faithful because they have no private space to take a woman.
No resources.
They have nowhere. When they get a dark
wow.
corner, they press the avocados in a stolen corner somewhere. But when they have their house, and maybe a car or office,
wow.
and they have access to sex by seniority of job, they have some interns here who wants mentorship, something like that, and he can control himself there. That's the first qualification. We are not saying he will always be like that. I want to remind you that the pre-qualifications of interview, they try to check as much groundwork as they can. They will check your performance later. That's the same thing with dating. Check pre-qualification that he has self-control enough to say no to temptations. He has higher values. I'm just using simple terms to tell you, this man should have a higher value, higher goals, higher dreams that lead his life more than immediate pleasures and desires. Many men have not been told that there's such a strength and virtue and value in finding what consumes you, like a career you want to actualize, gifts you want to develop, networks, a life you want to build, an empire you want to actualize. Many men don't have a vision that is consuming, a compelling goal. And I tell men, you know you have found your life when you can think about something and you cry, and you're alone. Bro, you just think about it. The passion consumes, you find yourself in tears. And it's not sadness, it's just the longing. And the risk that if I mess up, I may not actualize it. Bro, I had that problem. I would daydream and feel sad and depressed for not seeing how will I get there. And whenever I met a successful person wearing good clothes, coming to school looking like a teacher, I would tell them, I did not have the language, but I tell them, I would like a better life. But I don't have anybody to show me how. The nuggets they dropped to me are the ones that made me cross the river. Imagine. Many of them told me, you come from a poor community where you don't have, your father is not trying to hold your hand to take you far in life. He's even behind you saying, okay, go to school or don't go. This is your life. Me, I never went. Mind your own business. I'm drunk. Don't bother me. So my dad is not an inspiration. My mother is surviving the marriage they got into as women and to us over. But then survival day by day was a grind. So you're just one in a group of children she has. There's nothing unique with you. So one of them told me, you know what? Don't wait for motivation. I just want you to make sure, get your school right. Don't divert yourself to, there were a lot of smoking and the cheap illicit brews down there. Boys were really getting into it. And they are going to push mkokoteni, small things to get some more money to do gambling. So you see where boys are going? Don't go there. Stick to school, even when there's no school fees. Wait until whatever comes. Don't quit because there's no school fees. You stay for all time. You're not going to school. People give up. Told me never give up. Keep negotiating with teachers, with head teachers, remain in school. This is the only way out. That's what I did. And I tell young men, sometimes one thing that will tell you that this man can lead, for women, listen to me, because the second quality is called leadership. One thing is he has a higher calling that keeps him on track. Number two is he is capable of leadership. When he's a husband and a father, he will be leading people. He'll be making decisions. He'll be showing up initiative. He'll be giving initiative. The fun thing is he should have led his life from point A to point B. Never marry men who have been carried by their dads. The dad took him to combat. The dad negotiated this. Dad did. If he has been carried throughout, you'll also continue carrying him. Some men are not looking for husbands. They're looking for a mother to continue babysitting from where the mother left. That's why they say, you bring out the best in me, you understand me, the world does not understand me, at least you're patient. Be careful what people say about you. If they say you're mothering them well, you're mothering them right, that's not a leader, that's a person looking for somebody to carry them. That's the second critical. And the third one is you need a man who can inspire you, sees your potential, can mentor you. If you can't say this guy can mentor me, inspire me, make me dream bigger, don't marry him.
Even. There you have it. Now we're done with relationships. Now we want to get into family ties. We know that we have black tax. If you don't know what that is, we're going to get in that one in a short while. Let's discuss about familia. Kuna watu wengi sana wanataka kufanya vitu lakini family imekwama. Wezi wa mtu unataka juu unatafutia family. Wezi fanya hii kazi because family. Unapata kidogo family wanangoja. Nini wamekushikilia usongi. I want us to talk about that one. But before that, let me let you guys know the tour is on. Myself, them on Facebook. We're coming around the country. We're going to about 15 different towns. We're starting with the first weekend of July, and we're starting with Narok. We have Kisii, we have Eldoret, we have Kitale, and Mombasa. Have you gotten a ticket? The first weekend is Narok. Tunaanza na Narok mwanzo kabisa. Tafuta ticket yako. Tunaweza kuwa hapo Elevate ama hapo Emirishoi Gardens. We are still trying to balance the equation. We see what's going to be possible. So get your ticket pale madfan.com. It's 1,500 for everybody. Everybody's coming through. It's a VIP. We're going to come through comedy. Mama County is coming with us. We're coming with a couple of other comedians and a guest musician. And also this desk is going to be there. Obinna Show Live is also coming. So after tumecheka, tumekatika, tunakaa chini with your governor or your MP or your MCA, maswali ni live. Unless watoroke. Watu waambie tunakuja na ndawakaribisha. Atakaa chini hivi, microphone nakuja, uliza governor, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Na anakapa na ni live. Okay? So tell your brothers and sisters to get the tickets because you are coming through. It's starting this July. Shafika, useme, mimi sikuwa nimebuy ticket. Jipange mapema. Advance tickets only. No tickets at the gate. Secondly, we have a couple of people who want to do what I do or what is being done. The world is moving. Things are going digital. We have a lot of creators. You want to be a creator. You want to be a videographer, a photographer. You want to be someone who's doing editing, a producer. Or you want to be an Obinna somewhere. You want to do podcasts. You have to go to school and learn the skill. Don't guesswork. Probably you're done with your high school. You're thinking, ndafanya nini ngoja kwenda kampo. Ama maliza kampo. Ndafanya nini? Gather the skill. You've just heard what you've been told by Benjamin Zulu. Gather all the skills you can. Know how to edit that video. Know how to shoot it. Know how to do the graphics, everything. That's why you need to enroll at Gold Child Institute. Okay? The intake is ongoing, like I told you people. And they have the short courses. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. Go in there, tell them Obinna sent you. Peleka mtoto wako hapo sahi. Peleka sister yako, your brother, even your husband. Aenda jifundishe huko production. Go to Gold Child Media Institute. Yes, what you're seeing now is Obinna Show Live crew in action. That's my team. That's one of them. We have about 5 of them over here. You're learning videography, photography. Maybe you want to do production. Maybe you want good quality videos and you're wondering what to do. Now, I have a deal for you. Gold Child Media Training Institute. Their poster is going to be on the screen now. Their intake is ongoing. They're trustworthy and they know what to do. You want to get a certificate. You want to get a diploma. You want to get your hands in the action. Usikuna kana sema, I want to be like Obinna. I want to do what Obinna does, but you've not gone to school. You have to go to school. That is Gold Child Media Training Institute, and they're presenting to you empowerment through expression. You get in there, you express yourself. Na ukipitia sometimes in the lectures, utanipata huko, nimepitia naongea na wewe kidogo na kupatia motivation na kuinspire na kuambia by the way ukitaka kwa kama ujamaa burudi pale kidogo. Unaona kazi ile anafanya hapo? You have to go to school for you to learn how to operate that camera. So talk to Gold Child Media Training Institute. You get to enroll now, you get to enroll your son. The schools are closed by the way. Asikae nyumbani sana nini. Anaweza learn part time, then shule zikifunguliwa anarudi. Their contacts are on the screen. Get in touch with them. Ufundishe mtoto wako aweze kufuata passion yake ama ni aje. Alrighty, there you have it. So enroll at Gold Child Media Institute. They're in town. They can get to take you through everything that we do, from the camera work to the photography to the editing, anything to do with media. That is the best place to go. They come highly recommended. And also I'm thinking next week probably, if time allows and if they allow, I'll invite a couple of their students or kuje kwa show aone the way we do this thing. They meet a couple of people. They meet the producers here. They meet the directors. They meet the cameramen. At least they can also learn a skill or two if you come on set, because sometimes doing the theory is good and doing the practical in a controlled setup is good, but tukiwa hapo kwa ground things zinafanyikanga. Mara ni sound imeenda, mara ni light imeanguka, mara ni wifi imekanyagwa. Like things happen. Then now you see how we get a backup and how we adjust. So get to join that one as well. If you have not subscribed, kindly do so, because that's the only shukrani unaweza tupatia. We bring for you inspirational show. Subscribe. And if you do that, asante sana. Alrighty, we are continuing. Now we are bringing in the family ties. There's a couple of people who have not gone anywhere in life. Ama they were somewhere, then they became back to nothing because of family. Relationship-wise, career-wise, even just mental wellness. Kuna tu kimutu kinakwanga tu ameenda tu kunywa changa because family yake sema mniwache, anataka kunywa sahau. Kuna tu mtu alipata kazi akasema nimewacha hata hiyo kazi basi. Kuna mtu alienda na relationship amesema sasa sitaoa. Juu nikileta bibi, mama amesema baba huyu mwingine nikipata bwana huyo bwana yako ni sura, hiyo kichwa ni kubwa utazaa aje, nini. We have a lot of these things that really mess up people and people don't know about them. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Let's start with the fundamental principles that we are not taught in Africa.
Okay.
That it's not your responsibility to take care of parents, it's your parents' responsibility to take care of you. You're supposed to take care of the children and the children take care of their children, not this way. That's not the order of God. Order said, a righteous man leaves wealth to his children's children. Moves backwards, moves forward, not backwards. Yeah. So let's remove this idea that we are the pension. I took you to school so that you can take care of me. That is nonsense. Nilikusomesha ndio usomeshe wenzako. No, you should educate your children, not your siblings.
It doesn't apply.
You should educate your children, not your siblings.
Nilikusomesha ndo usomeshe wenzako.
No. Sikuambia upate watoto. Ulinipata mimi. We did not agree anywhere.
Oh, wow.
At unizae ndi uzae wengine. I was not a part of that. Don't
Parents
do that.
are having it now.
Please don't do that. Plan your life. Get the children you can educate and get your own retirement plan. The children are not retirement plan. And if they don't feed you, don't curse them. The curse won't work. Proverbs 26:2. An undeserved curse will not take effect. Just like a bird flying overhead.
Mtoto wangu mimi nimekusomesha unaacha mimi nateseka.
Unateseka kwa nini? Jipange. Mimi si baba yako. Mimi ni mtoto. This is my seed capital.
I'm your father.
Yes.
You need to take care of me.
No, you are supposed to take care of it the other way. Father take care of
Nairobi na wewe.
No, father take care of child, not child take care of father. That given, we are not saying we must neglect. We are saying when you take care of your parents, it's more charitable and for honor, not responsibility. It's not your responsibility. It's for purpose of honor. Say to honor. To honor is to acknowledge, to give credit to what they did and to give those tokens you can. You don't sacrifice your progress to give your parents. That's not the order of God. That is called reverse order, and it means you will transfer the burden of your own life to your children, because that time you're supposed to be building, you did not build, you gave away. So you remain with the vacant. By the time the few 30 years of, by the way, you have very few years of productivity. I hope you know that. The years of energy are few. So those years of energy, when you're supposed to build your soft landing, you did not build it. You are refurbishing the toilet, putting up the water tank, facelifting the house, setting up business for the dysfunction or the other one, paying hospital bill for the uncle, reconciling the divorcing bigger sister, taking this one to rehab, reconciling this one who went to the West, trying to apply visa for this one, trying to revive. So 10 years, 15 years gone, trying to set up people. And then you remain with nothing. What will happen? Your own children will have now to take up taking care of you.
Then it goes
you begin a generational curse. What they call generational curse or spirit of poverty or anything is just modeled poor decisions. So, bro, I want to give you the formula for black tax.
Okay.
The formula for black tax is do not start with yourself. And if anything remains, now we are going to tell you how to help other people.
Okay.
Start with yourself.
Start
with the school fees you need. Start with the house you need. Start with the self-development you need. Buy the books you need. Buy the clothes you need. The 80% of your budget or whatever it is, even if, because sometimes when you're earning so small, you hardly have anything to spare. Make sure your needs, all of them, you have ticked the boxes, the essential needs. Okay? Number 2 now, what is available for helping other people should be received as help, not entitlement. Anytime you are sending help home, it should be seen as help and sacrifice, not entitlement. This is too little. You know how many we are here? You are sending this one to do. Now what do you want us to do? You're sending us. Are you my children? You're not my children.
Kabla ujenge nyumba yako nyumbani, jengea wazazi wako.
Don't marry, don't do this before you do this. Yes, don't even marry. I'll pass you.
Kabla ujenge yako before uoe, make sure your parents. So you are applying.
So when they tell you, I sacrificed my life to take you to school, how did you get to a place where you have to choose between a child and your own life? Tell me the story. Tell me the story.
How did you get there?
Yes.
Then also, who told you to give birth to me?
Thank you. Why are you denying your own poor choices? And you're throwing them to me. You had the choice to get a child or not to get, or to get at the time you chose. To organize your life in a certain way that you don't have to punish me for your poor decisions and threatening me with the curses when you are the one who's living the curse. People don't give you what they don't have. By the time people are cursing you, usually because they're full of curses. Normally, the right curse that is deserved is when God notices you doing unfairness or disrespect to parents. So when we are saying, when a person has disorganized their life, acknowledge the failure and don't make it your responsibility. So my dad gets 20 children, for example. He can't take them to school. He's too old. He's still giving birth, but he can't take care. Okay? And I hope you know when you encourage people by becoming the sponsor, they will continue giving you more children to sponsor.
That's true.
And it's very difficult to do that because the child is innocent. The brother you're trying to educate for, or the sister keeps bringing children. And Obinna is always paying fees, the rich uncle. the rich uncle.
Wanasemanga, as the way you're working hard, there's a relative somewhere giving birth to children for you to educate.
Thank you. So, bro, let me tell you the hard thing you have to decide. I want you to decide that your own bloodline, your own lineage will be catered for. Even if you die today, they will not become street children. Stop living month by month, paycheck by paycheck. That is foolish. You're exposing your own family. Invest so well that, peradventure, if anything were to happen to me, they have something to tide them over until they stand. In fact, invest. If you believe in education policies, take them. If you hedge funding stocks, take them. Sign for children save, and if I'm not around, educate that child throughout. If you not have those packages from your employer, if you're a business people like us, because the same relatives whom you educated for will insult your children. Oh, you used to eat Cerelac. Come here and eat ugali. Hey, you don't know how to sleep on this bed. Unfortunately, they will mock them, even when you are dead. So the moment you have a family of your own life, start with yourself. That's not selfish, it's self-love. So the second thing I want you to do is, I want you to give help to people who are appreciating. When people are insulting, you do bare minimum. When people are entitled, insulting, they even join with your enemies to trash you. Even if they are a sister, they are whoever, do bare minimum. What is the bare minimum? Bare minimum is like you are paying food for certain shop to give them food, not money. You know they need food, you just pay the seller of food to give. Thank you. Let's just do, and you're not feeding a clan. This is your parents or this able-bodied siblings who like to sit home or to drink and they play helpless. Leave them alone. Their hunger will lead them out. Okay. let their stomach lead them out, and you are not being. The Bible already said it. When people don't work, don't feed them. That's the Bible, yes. Because they're very selective. No, that job is not on my class. No, I can't do that. I have a degree. Why are they paying me 20,000? I want a starting job of 70,000. Please send me some money for. You refused this, but you're still selective. So they get entitled. So what we are saying is this. The formula for parents, for family, when you are the one who has a drive, if you're not careful, all of them will latch on you and bring you down. So the first formula is start with your needs, and when you help home, help those who appreciate, they can say, Uncle, if you pay fees, I will pass my exams. I'll do my best. Those ones are even inspired to help them. Even if they're not your child, honestly. True. People who do their best are very encouraging to help. But those who say, so you see on TV, and you don't have anything about her, nowadays you're rich, you don't pick phone calls. Don't help those people. Don't bother with them.
Ilipia kuzo alianguka. Alianguka sana ananiambia. Sasa. So bad. Let me quick story.
Yes.
So, ameniambia niaje, I'm having ABCD. I'm like, cool. So what we do? Okay, let me start from the beginning. I reach out to a school in my village. To the principal, I'm like, listen, I want to sponsor 2 kids from this school. It's Suko village. It's called Sunga Primary and Secondary. Find me 2 kids who are performing well and they are unable to. I'll pay for them, incognito mode. She says, cool. Sends 2 lists of names. There's a lady, there's a guy. I look at the lady's name, I'm like, this name.
Familiar.
Why this looks like our family name? I'm like, where? She comes from, I don't know where. I'm like, is the father this person? I'm like, the father is my uncle. I'm like, wow. So unajua the way ushago, our family na ile family atuongeangi unajua nini. Then now when you grow up, so me I always tell my parents, my cousins, let me have beef with individuals.
Exactly.
They say, you I tried,
I don't inherit.
You messed me up. Me, I don't inherit enmity. So it comes, so I pay, she performed well. But now there's another cousin. Like, me too. I'm like, cool. You perform well? Yes. Mwalimu, how is he performing? Mwalimu akanambia, huyu kidogo tricky, nikamwambia tumrudishe nyuma kuje na momentum. Tukaongea akasema sawa. Karudi nyuma. Momentum is not momenting. Kaanguka. Kanambia. So when the results came, kanambia, sasa mimi nataka niingie kwa comedy. Sasa mimi nataka bro, nataka unishikilie, niingie kwa comedy kama wewe.
His life is the comedy, So,
bro, I've tried. Like, tumerudi. All these 3-4 years I was paying. Why did you tell me this is what you wanted to do? We would have said. And then I'm like, now I say. And then I go, bro, mbona. I'm like, so that entitlement?
Entitlement. So when you help, please help the grateful. Do not meddle with the ungrateful. The last thing about family is, remember your milestones and don't quit your seasons to be home, to be with those people, and then your generation goes. For example, the season for your dating has arrived. And these people are sending you people to live with. This one in college, live with them. This one looking for a job, live with them. This one, accommodate them. This one, you know, and when you go to Kisii, the first cousin becomes the matriarch or the patriarch, especially the male cousin, becomes like the older bro to all the cousins. So the children to your uncles and aunties are coming through you. Wherever they are going, you oversee their weddings, you oversee their graduation, because that's your sister, that's your brother. The Kisii and the Berekata in particular, they don't even say uncle, they say baba mdogo, baba mkubwa. Yeah. There's so much enmeshment, and also the Luo culture, they're very communal. There's a lot of this shemeji thing. It's very, so let's say you have reached a season, you want space to date, to see the world, to have your own life, because when you keep relatives, they report home how you're living. So you're not free really. People know how much you're earning, how you're living, whether you bought a new clothes, what time you're coming home, who you're talking to, you know? And many uncles are giving you unsolicited advice on how you should live your life. Yeah. When they're, you know, they want your help while it's too telling you how to live your life. They can't help themselves with the advice, but you should listen to them as you help them.
I'm older, I know better. They're not applying it in there, okay.
So that is the time I tell you to disappear from the radar of your relatives, even when they are not malicious. The conflict of interest will not allow them to invite, and not allow them to let you invite another woman who now you are closer to leave your father and mother so and cleave to your spouse. I want you to win them away and start helping them from a distance, and then have a space. Sometimes you can even move to the other side of town so that they don't even, I'm at the gate. You know, they invite themselves. Once you show them once, you start being caretaker.
What, from a gate?
Somebody with burugo here from home.
Nimekuja.
Wamekosana na husband, you are the one to accommodate them. Wamekwama huku, wanakwama hapa, ngojea fair, nisaidie hii. So I want you to disappear from the radar of those people, get used to your help, so that you can start meeting new people. Now, it's very uncomfortable for a lady to live by herself in the hands of parents who are used to, amekuja nyumbani, anakuja saa ngapi, amefika. For ladies, you really have to have, do you know, to be self-determinant, you must be defiant. This society does not allow you to self-determine, does not allow you to date right, does not allow you to do things right, because you are breaking free from their control. So that's why I want you to disappear cleverly from their radar, so that you don't report your schedule. Have you returned home? When you reach home, call me. Have you woken up? Have you eaten? Let me see how you look like. I want you to disappear from that radar so that you can meet new people and carve your own territory. When the season has arrived, have initiative. Buy the right books, watch the right podcast, walk to counselors, walk to coaches, get the skills, and cross your seasons. Yes.
There you have it. Mumekopi. We have 1.8 thousand people watching live na wanakubali na wewe. Sema preach. Obinna, people's interest. Zulu to the show every week. What's the career for this guy? Okay, just in case you don't know, the accolades, jamaa kona PhD. Wambie, because unajua utaongea mtu anasema, ananiambia kama nani na hajasoma. Yeah, so akona school of life, lakini pia kitabu. Wambie tafadhali.
Yeah, so I have a Bachelor of Law, I have a Master's in Counseling Psychology, then my PhD in Clinical Psychology is still ongoing. Yes. And the good thing is, when you reach to PhD, I'll tell you it works. It's usually a launching pad for your career. Like the Zuckerberg effect, you start taking it, career takes you. First of all, you chase the career. Yeah. That's what happened to me. It catalyzed my career. I took off, I put it on hold first. Okay. So that's the level I'm at. I'm a life coach and a counseling psychologist. Okay. On Benjamin Zulu Global, people can find me there, and I always do personal coaching. I have books, I have materials, and I think a lot of people we come across. I do shows on Citizen, I've done on Switch, I've done on TVs a lot, and I'm glad that people can recognize that what we are talking relates.
There you go.
Yeah.
Zulu boils wisdom. Who even uses that word? Boils wisdom. That's Maria Priska. Okay. Yes, every week we welcome Dr. BZ. Oh, Benjamin Zulu. Oh, wow. Okay. A nice one. Okay. Keep off all your brothers and sisters from your house when dating. Do you agree with that?
That's what I've told them. I like the summary.
Yep. Zulu is talking with capital letters. Ongeza volume, please. My mentor. Okay. I like the advice. Good work. Swali pia guzie kidogo. Aya. Swali mbili. Zile za maana. Tuko na chairman hapa ata take over. Now I decided to bring a professional. 2 questions. What about the parents who didn't educate us and forcefully want our effort?
That word forcefully is what gives you authority to disobey. I want you to learn to disobey 40 authority. When you submit to a 40 authority, you'll be crushed. When you submit to a 40 authority, you'll be crushed.
Okay.
Illegitimate authority. People who didn't invest in you and they want to harvest from you. When parents abandon you, sometimes they even leave and go live with another woman, then they're coming when they're old and dying and you're being asked to take care of them. That's your dad anyway, take care of them.
Yeah.
We
Your
say
dad is your dad.
you do bare minimum. Don't take over. Oh, it's my dad, I love so much. This person has chosen a life. And even God has allowed people to choose.
True.
Allow people to choose and reap from the consequences of their choices. Do bare minimum. What you can afford from where you are without... Do the Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan took them to those who treat people. Take him, I have a journey, I have to continue this. So don't stop your journey to live with those people who did this kind of thing. So do not obey people who abandoned you and they left you for the dead. The same principle we said, in case you conceive with a person and when you go to maternity, they run away from you. After they come from maternity, assume they are dead, just like they assumed you like you are dead. The child could be, because that's their father. But as for you, even sometimes the mothers disappear from you. They should not tell you, oh, it was just this and the other. The same way the parent who disappear when you are vulnerable as a child, you needed them, they disappeared, assume they are also dead.
There you have it. Lillian Jalemba, there you have it. Also, we have Amina. How many times should you forgive a cheating girlfriend, especially the one who cheats with her ex?
If you're not married, they are not cheating.
Net imefanya tena? Surely. Yeah, we are buffering.
Oh, okay.
We are buffering there. But itarudi to side. In a stabilize? Okay. We are back? Okay. So that's the way they live.
Yes, we are saying dating is to observe people's behavior and how they live. You don't observe people by sleeping with them. Observation is done in boardroom, not bedroom. Anytime you sleep with a person before marriage, you are participating in their lack of self-control. And you're going to marry a person who has no capacity to be faithful. And you even participated and rubber stamped it. And you became part of it and you called it cheating. They're demonstrating how they live. There's something we didn't get to touch on. There are people who don't know the language of abstinence and self-control because they started these things so early in life and they have never changed. Then you come in and say, I don't judge you. You know, we are human. We make mistakes. Interviews are meant for judging character, whether the person has the capacity for the role. Dating is interview. Check whether the character, evaluate the character, whether they have the capacity for the role. And we said, if people have never said no to temptations, even when they have the money to afford the girl to send the fare, or they have never refunded the money when somebody is soliciting for sex, they have never done those things, they are unqualified for marriage. Marriage requires faithfulness and loyalty, please. It's not imagination, it's real. Okay. And remember, if your marriage works, it will make the person, it will bring more temptation. When your marriage works, it will give better cars, better houses, better exposure, hotels, Dar es Salaam alone, doing this. When marriage works, it will expose this person to more temptations. Why are you marrying a person who has no capacity to say no to temptations? And now you're complaining. When you're dating, don't sleep with people. In fact, avoid boyfriend, girlfriend title. Just learn people. Look for the one who's ready for marriage. Engage, marry. Avoid those titles. They're giving status and entitlement. Learn people.
I agree. He's talking on capital letters. Where? Kwa sema kweli una shout. Unakuwa personal baka mimi na feel What about Obinna amefikiwa, guys? He's not talking about me. Come on, man. me I'm abstaining. I'm waiting for Amber. So, there's another one here. What happens when you've married a person of your choice and class, then later on you notice a change? That's Emmanuel Orwate.
When they change, you change with them. The moment you vacate the covenant we entered, whatever we had is null and void.
Okay.
I signed up for monogamy, faithfulness, support, love, care. The moment you don't show that anymore, I'm not there. Let me warn you. Those who have stayed in relationship from 18 to 30 may be unable to live. They'll keep going back, coming back for life because they don't know another life. That's the disaster of dating when you're so young, get into relationships. When you say to walk out, it will be traumatizing because you don't know out where. Your life has always had this person. Sure. It's good, Obinna, you learn to face life by yourself so that when people try to mistreat you, you remember you can live by yourself. And so you walk out knowing, I have done this before, I can do it again. Live by yourself without any relationship during your youth so that you have a reference point for protecting your dignity, that you can face life without anyone. Anytime you get into relationships when you're so young, you are conditioning your neurons that This person is part of your life every time. You don't know life without them. Every morning there must be a love you. Some of us have headphones. The only message you find is battery is full. Disconnect charger. You wake up in the morning. Safaricom must remember, do you have a birthday? And nobody else remembers. You wake up in the morning. And you know you're being offered the Fuliza. So I want you to live that life so that you know without stimulation I can exist. If you get used to so much stimulation, you get addicted to the dopamine and you can't face life without it. You have withdrawal symptoms and you have craving. And you are dying of them, and you are addicted to sex, love, craft, infatuation. Exercise life by yourself that you have bare minimums and you can protect them.
Okay. Would you advise someone to go find a dad? Kuna mtu alikuwa amesema, "Woi, haki mnaandika mara mingi." Okay. It's fine. Hiyo imepotea, but it was something like this. Okay. They are bringing in, they're coming in hot. Guys, we don't have the time and the capacity because first of all, tumeshaongea for kitu kama 2 hours and plus. CK tumekuwa on for how long?
For
1 hour 35 minutes. We still have about like 6 other interviews to do today. Today is that day. And also today is the day that we're analyzing the finance bill. Mheshimiwa Babu Owino is coming through and that's an intellectual. So pia baadaye kitu masaa 4 hapo ni finance bill. Back to back. Kenyan Prince bado anakuja, mambo ni mengi. Ndeke ako wapi? Feima ako hapa? Yes. So like today we have like this. So hatuna time. However, Benjamin Zulu has a platform that you can find him there and he does so many lives on Facebook.
Benjamin Zulu Global, everywhere.
Benjamin Zulu Global. Ako hapo na anasaidia sana. So pia enda pale pia ataendelea kukuchanua zingine. However, 2 last questions. Kuna moja mtu alikuwa amesema, someone older than you, tushafanya hiyo part, watch the interview. Mmoja alikuwa anasema, can you be there for a parent who was never there for you?
You are
something on that.
You are confirming,
space.
You are allowing abuse. We said, this is not revenge. This is just letting people harvest what they planted.
Yeah.
And we are saying, when people abandon you and they're trying to come back, give the bare minimum. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. If it is hospital, I can just pay the hospital. And if it's a huge bill, I ask other people to fundraise or contribute.
Yes.
Don't sacrifice your life when they did not sacrifice theirs. Don't play a role they did not play.
Lily official, my mom used kunitusi, mi ni mjinga, hata nikisoma siwezi kumhelp. When I was 11 years old, akanisho niende niolewe, nikifika 16 years old, nikatoka nikaolewa. Sasa niko Gulf, wanashinda kunisumbua ni wajenge. Wow.
These are the people you should block.
Yeah, Lily, you know, you've been told.
Just block them. And again, please remind these people that you can have an abusive parent. You can have a parent who is narcissistic, sociopath, who has a disorder. Let's stop just using the word mother. Just know my mother has psychological problems.
Your mother is your mother. Your father is your father.
They can also be mentally, they can have a personality problem. They can be mean. They can be irresponsible. So parents are human. They can have all the problems other people have, and I don't have to become responsible for them.
Okay.
If your mother does not have self-reflection, to see how they insulted you, how they threw you out into the world. Now you have something they want. You are very far away. It's very easy to block people and so far away. That's very easy. Please get therapy and heal. Obinna remind people, Africans, to normalize seeing counselors and life coaches to heal from their past. Don't carry those burdens of rejection and insult when you're and there are counselors around. Use your money to heal.
There you go. The last question, the rest, you'll get Benjamin Zulu Global on all the platforms. What can you advise a young gentleman joining Campus?
Please read the book called Dreams Before Dating. I've written it particularly for people under 25 who are joining Campus, and the one called Mastery, another called Millionaire Moves. Go to Benjamin Zulu Global, even benjaminzuluglobal.com on website Google. You get all the books there. I'm just suggesting start reading, start investing, getting better. Don't think the degree has secured your future. Now you're trying to look for a woman thinking, have a career, let me look for a wife. That degree, you can tarmac with it forever. You can never get employed. That degree is only a starting point. Don't follow the pig mentality of all of us running headlong and then we drown in the sea. Become independent, look for your skills, do personality tests, control your feelings, never undress for when. Don't unzip that thing down there. Engage the thing between your ears, not the thing between your legs. Erection cannot give you direction except to destruction.
What a way to end it. Erection cannot give you direction unless to distraction. Okay, hiyo ni machali ya madem. Kuna madem ya... Yeah, okra water is slippery to destruction. Thank you so much for coming through.
Most welcome.
Nimemtafuta sana And he knows, and I've told him, and I also said it on the show, finally he came through and it was worth every minute. It was worth all that hours that we spent. And I hope you've learned something, and we'll keep doing more of this. Trust me, he has amazing conversations on his platforms. And then also one thing I noticed that you post a lot on your page, even on your stories. You always write.
Yes.
And then you put.
Yes.
You always write and then you put.
Yes.
Just quick one. Before I let you go, let me read just like 2.
Yes.
Let me just find, Benjamin. Let me find 2 random ones.
Yes.
And a post. Ukienda kwa page yake, you just find, he writes, let me find a shorter one. He's a writer.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling on the page so I can find, let me read this. This one was on 7th June,
Yes.
one day after my birthday. How would I not know my value when I paid a price for every ounce of it? Low self-esteem is often a result of low self-investment. When you pay for something, you do not let people play around with it anyhow. When you know what it took to get your mental balance back, you don't let any narcissist come around and start messing up with you. That is one of the things he has written. Let me scroll down again.
All right.
Let me see if there's another one here I can read for you.
Yeah.
So he writes a lot of motivational, inspirational, and also mentally intriguing eye-openers. That if you go there, I'm going way back. So at least I can find 2 more. You guys need to follow him. This was on 5th May. Someone out there is discussing the old you because they don't have access to the new you. Don't correct them. Wow, okay. Don't respond to the gossip lest you furnish them with your updated status. For as long as they're hitting a miss, you are safe. Oh! Just widen the gap between you and them. Their battles, you can only win by getting away. How did this one miss me?
Thank you, bro.
I've done so many mistakes of these ones.
Yeah.
Like always trying to explain something.
True.
but you know, justifications and everything.
Yeah.
But now is when I'm learning, let them wallow in their misdirection.
Exactly. Mistaken notions about you.
Yes.
And for as long as they're hitting an Obinna who's no longer there.
You're safe. Thank you so much for coming through.
Most welcome.
Follow Benjamin Zulu Global on all his platforms. You'll get a lot of inspirational conversations and a lot that will also motivate you and intrigue you. And I'll see you guys in a short while. Today we have a whole list of guests coming through on this platform, Obinna TV Extra. I'll see you in a bit. Thank you so much, sir.
Most welcome.